Welcome back, everybody. I'm Vince DelMonte. Today we're going to talk about a topic everybody wants to know about, and that's time management. How to get maximum productivity out of your day. And I think this would be a great topic for Motivation Mondays, all right? So if we're not managing our time, if we're not seeing success, if we're not growing, if we're not achieving our goals, it's hard to stay motivated. If we're not seeing extraordinary results in our life, it's hard to stay motivated. So this is a great question raised by Alex Wong on the fan page, and he just basically asked, how do you maximize your time and put first things first? All right, so, obviously first things first, he kind of answered his own question, but I want to give you a little more. I want to actually walk you through a concept called scripting your day. All right, you're going to want to grab a pen and paper. I'm going to actually walk you through what my entire day looks like and how I script it, all right? This is something I've only shared with my high-level business clients up until now, so I think it's gonna be very valuable for you, especially if you're really busy and you're looking to achieve some amazing results with your business and with your body and with your life in general. So here we go. Scripting your day basically comes down to writing down what you're gonna do the next day, the night before, all right? So let me show you what my day looks like. I've got two rituals in the day. I've got a morning ritual and I've got an evening ritual. And my morning ritual basically revolves around personal development and time with my family. So I often wake up around 6 o'clock and I'm going to spend some time with my baby girl. That's what time she wakes up, and I'm going to take her out in the living room, wherever, and we're going to play, we're going to do baby stuff, and I'm just going to enjoy her. And that's a part of my morning routine. That's what I do every morning. And then I put her up in her little chair and I make my first meal. I have breakfast. I have my meal one, and then I have my meal two about an hour later. And about that time, Flavia is waking up and she takes the baby. And that's where I'll start to do some personal reading. So, reading about business, reading about fitness and training, things that are of interest to me in the morning time. And by now it's around, 8 or 9 in the morning. I've had my meals, I've spent time with my baby, I've done some reading, and now it's time to work. I work from home, so, my next hour is what I call batch tasks, all right? So I've got my AM ritual, and then I've transitioned into 1 hour of batch tasks. So what are batch tasks, you ask? Well, batch tasks are basically things that just need to get done. They're not particularly things that advance your life forward. They're kind of just like the survival things in your life. So returning phone calls, maybe answering some emails, maybe running some errands, paying some bills. And now the key to batch tasks are to just limit yourself to an hour of these, because oftentimes these things, there's not productivity, there's not like results tied to these things. They're just things that have to get done. So I put the clock on it for 1 hour. I do my batch tasks, all right? So by then it's around 11 o'clock, 10 to 11 I do those, or 11 to 12. And then I start on what are called MITs, all right? You're gonna wanna write this down. MITs stand for most important tasks, all right? And your most important tasks are typically 1 or 2 things. The shorter the list, the better. This should not be more than 2 or 3 things maximum. And these are things that will drive my life forward. These are things that are going to actually, in business, these are things that would put money in the bank account. With my body, these are things that are actually going to, if you were a professional athlete, these are the things that, these would be like your workouts, the things that actually get you to the next level, all right? These are the things that would actually create success in your life. So these are important things, and there's only going to be 2 or 3. So these are kind of those things. If you were to do these things today, your life would be different tomorrow and next week and next year, okay? So you've got to identify these things, and they're always going to change from time to time, but usually there's just 1 or 2 things, and then what you do is you block off time. So for me, I block off 4 hours for my MITs, and this is where I turn off my cell phone, I disconnect myself from the internet, I turn off Facebook, any distractions. I close the door. The wife and the baby know they cannot distract me during these times. I do not reply to any, I don't take the phone or anything like that during those 4 hours, during that 4-hour block. And those are called MITs. That takes me to close to the end of the day, so around 4 o'clock or so. And then what I do at the end of my MITs is I do another 1 hour of batch tasks. All right, so batch tasks again are where I do the same sort of things that I did at the start of the day. So again, replying to emails that built up. You know, people need responses, so I reply to those people then. Maybe checking stats, checking some, you know, social media stuff. You know, doing some more fun things. Maybe taking care of some unreturned phone calls, some unreturned text messages. You know, kind of little things like that. And then I finish my day with an hour of those, and that usually takes me to around, you know, 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock. And that's how my day's structured. And then at the end of the day, I have what's called my PM ritual. And my PM ritual is very similar to my AM ritual. This is where I spend time with the wife and the baby. We'll watch TV, prepare a meal together, which is, you know, playtime. The phones are not anywhere in sight. We disconnect everything. There's no distractions. This is what's called quality time. And that's, you know, until the baby goes to bed. And then, you know, sometimes Flavia and I will stay up for a little later. If she's tired, she'll go to bed earlier. And if there's things that need to get done, which sometimes there are, I'll stay up later while everybody else goes to bed and I'll get those things done. Now, the more disciplined you become, the, you know, hopefully less likelihood of you having to stay up late and doing things at the end of the day, because then that messes up my morning ritual. So I do my best to really discipline myself to those most important things in the middle of the day. That way, I don't have to burn the candles at both ends. All right. I hope that helps, Alex. That was like a really quick breakdown of how I script my day. And the point is for you guys to not wake up in the morning without knowing what you need to do. So if you're watching this video right now, which you are, I want you to grab a pen and grab a paper, and I want you to write down the 3 most important things that you need to do tomorrow. Just 3, okay? 3 things that will drive your life forward. All right, so what are the 3 most important things you need to do right now based on where you are in your life? Write them down right now, and write them down in order of importance, 1, 2, and 3. And then once you get to your office tomorrow, or your class, or to your wherever you work, I want you to start working away at number 1 and number 1 only, and make sure there's no distractions. You might plow through 1, 2, and 3 in your time block that you set aside to do these things tomorrow. You might not. You might just get a lot done off of number 1. That's fine. All right, that's normal. But the key is to get focused on your most important things and do those things when you're least distracted, or not least distracted, undistracted, and when you've got laser targeted focus on those things and you know what they are before you start them, and you just go at it. And that's it. That's how achievers get things done. That's how successful people get things done. They plan them, they know what their most important things are, and they go at it, and they take action until that task is complete. That's another video for another day, okay? Thank you so much for watching, guys. You guys are great. This is really high-level information I'm sharing with you guys. So if you can even start applying a percentage of this, I promise that you're going to start seeing amazing results in your life. Talk to you guys soon.